know where you're going?
No idea.
Yeah, g'day folks, it's Shane here from Itchy Balls Rally, and I've just recently got up about 7,500 Ks on the little red Honda, and I thought you'd give you a bit of an update on how it's gone. So basically I've had one tiny little issue, which was probably my fault. Missing it in maintenance was tightening up one of the cables to the battery, and it caused some flickering and with lights and what have you. Took a while to work out what it was, but we soon tightened that up and that got rid of it. Otherwise, haven't had one loose bolt on the bike. It's just amazing. The Andriani forks up the front are proving to be every bit as good after 7,000 Ks as they were the day they were put in. Similarly with the YSS G-top shock in the back, just brilliant. We cannot fault them. In fact, every time we go riding, my colleague and I, Daryl, often comment about how well they're going and how we just can't believe how good they are. Compared to the big bikes, they just cross ruts, washouts, all sorts of things. No more big bike anxiety when you get to these items, and they just continue to go really well. With regards to the suspension, again, for those of you who might know, I put a 110 spring, or I ordered a 110 spring in the Andriani cartridges in the front, and I ordered a 110 to 125 in the back on the G-top YSS. The YSS shock suits me perfectly. At first I thought I might need to wind the preload on a little more, but I'm fast learning that a little bit of give in the back really keeps that wheel on the ground and keeps you in contact with what you want to be driving off anyway. So very happy with that. I weigh around 110. Gives a little bit of scope for a bit of luggage on there, day tools and tubes and what have you. Really pleased with that, and I hope it just continues to deliver like it does. I always call it the magic carpet ride because it is just that. There's no hits, there's no times when I figure that I could use better suspension. Now, I haven't once thought that in these 7,000 Ks. I originally started riding with 25 PSI, both front and back. I've upped that to 26. I find that, which is what I used to ride in the Tenere 660 all the time for all terrain, and it prevents rim damage and pinch flats and so on. Some of the areas we ride, they're quite fast sections and a bit of rock in them, so you never know that day when you're in the middle of nowhere and you've got another flat to fix just because your tyre pressure was down. That's really not for me. I don't want to be out in the Queensland summer changing tyres in 35, 36 degrees. It's just, it's not real pleasant. Yeah, on to tyres. Well, I've had the MT21 on the front for about 7,400 kilometres now, and it seems to be going very well, wearing very well, as opposed to the MT21 that I had on the back that seemed to wear pretty quickly. I think I will stick with that on the front. I recently went to a D606 on the back. Other than changing the gearing for a short while somewhat, I think I will be sticking with that as well. The wear on the MT21 on the back was just too much for me. I got tired of changing tyres, and I think that looks like the combination. It was recommended to me early in the piece by a number of riders whose input I value, and but I thought I knew it. I'll go with MT21s, but I will be sticking with that combination in future. It seems to hook up very well, and also the wear factor is what's in its favour big time. Also can trust the carcass on a 606, always been pretty strong, and the compound, so yeah, be sticking with that. With regards to the setup for the handlebars, I've got 20mm risers on there and Henry Reed bend pro tapers, and I think they seem to be the way to go. Very happy with that setup. The ECU 550 performance ECU that we put in right at the start, it seems to smooth things out. I don't know how much extra horsepower it gives it, but I just think it smooths out the throttle and the torque delivery, and for where we ride, that's something that we're after. The DNA air filter that we also installed right from the start is just a joy to service. Anybody that knows me knows I probably cop a lot of dust on these rides. Not, but it's easy to service, easy to wash out, easy to dry, and give it a spray with the K&N cotton filter oil, and let it breathe off a little bit, as you do with all filter cleans, air filter cleans, and it's ready to go again. So really good with that. Also the Moto X stainless system that we put on, other than a bit in the back where it's lost a bit of putty, I'm not too concerned about that, but it's okay, and it's the decibels aren't too loud. Pretty good. We ride with it all day, and I'm one of these people that's happy to listen to their motor and hear what it's doing rather than have earplugs in. I guess at my age there's not too much to preserve. Other than that, very happy with the bikes. Nothing has gone wrong. They just feel a lot more comfortable in hard going, and that's evidenced by, you know, the diminished anxiety levels when you go to put them into terrain where with the bigger bike they may well be going through the roof. With regard to the chains and sprockets, I've still got the original chain and 39.2 sprocket on the back, and they've got a lot of life left in them. The chain seems to have stopped stretching at this point, and I'm quite happy with it. You know, maintenance also is paying off in that regard, and it looks like it's got plenty more in it yet. Doesn't seem to be any wear on the sprocket or rear sprocket just yet anyway. So I'm very happy with that. Other aspects of the bike that have shown up since we've been riding them is they will take a slow fall and put down without any damage. I did have a stick do a bit of damage to one of the plastic outer covers, but that was more my fault than the bike's. They were really going well, and I know Daryl's happy with his as well. We seem to be finding a lot more new tracks that we didn't know existed, or we probably wouldn't have taken the larger bikes. In his case, a T7 Yamaha, and in my case, a 660 Yamaha Tenere. In fact, I've sold mine, and I don't know that Daryl's far away from selling his. I know he has said to me on numerous occasions when he walks into the garage and looks at the little red Honda or the T7, the one that brings a smile to his face and he just wants to ride more and more is indeed the Honda, and there's lots and lots of reasons for that. So if you've got your order in for one of these fantastic rallies, be patient, hang in there. They're well worth getting hold of. They can be a serious bike, set up well for serious riding, right from the novice through to quite experienced people. I know a number of riders in this country that are very capable and don't go easy on their bikes, but these little Hondas will do everything. We'll probably have a look at the bearings soon and see whether they either need just packing or replacement. We do a few creek crossings up here, so I mean that's got to be a factor in wear and rust, I would think. But folks, that's about it for the 7,000k update, and I cannot be happier with this bike. It's changed how I look at riding. I was starting to get a bit jaded on the big girl and having trouble with difficult terrain, and as you may know, I did some real damage to a foot in a drop about 8 months ago, and that was the final straw for me. I just went, nah, getting older, getting weaker, and I just want to have more fun, and Honda certainly delivers with that. That little sweet 6-speed gearbox, it will do anything you throw at it. It will take you wherever you want to go. But anyway, that's the wrap up, and I hope you've been enjoying some of the videos we put out. We try to ride regularly with a group of mates, and also we have some blow-ins from time to time, and we'll keep those coming to you. If you do like the channel, you know, subscribe or put a comment, and if you want to see something in particular, make sure you let us know. We've also still got we've got stacks of shirts and stickers. If you want some Itchy Balls Rally shirts, either in colour or black and white, give us a yell, and we can post them anywhere. Righto, look after yourselves, stay upright, and have fun.